Hi, it's Liz from Old Stables Crafts and welcome to a Simple Stamping Saturday. This is the day where I do one project, but I do it 3 ways. It's just with stamps, ink and paper, and then I step it up a couple of times, introducing more product and techniques along the way. This week I'm using the Piece to Use stamp set. If you're in Europe, this is in the sale, in the last chance sale. It's not reduced, which makes me feel that there's not much left of it. Not much of it left. As in, I don't think there are very many left. I haven't checked the inventory status report because I know it's still available when I'm recording this, but I've recorded it a few days in advance, so I can't speak to whether it's still available. Let's keep our fingers crossed that it is. It's gorgeous. It's really perfect for quick cards. So I'm going to flip the camera down and show you how I have made my first version, which is my simple stamping version. So this is what I've made, and I've been inspired by one of my team members, Ineke van Straten, who is, Den Straten, sorry Ineke, who is in the Netherlands, and she shared a stepped up version of this in one of our team groups, and I thought, I haven't used that yet, and it's just stunning. So this is the card. It's using Starry Night, which is one of the current not about to retire next year in colours, so it's the 2022-2024 in colour collection, but it's so simple. Now, I have used the Stamparatus because I do find when you're doing a solid area, it is much easier to get a good result if you use the Stamparatus. Just remember that I didn't grab another card. Now, I am going to admit that I have not stamped on the envelope. I've not decorated the envelope, and I'm not going to. So there we go. Right, so this is my Stamparatus. I've got the stamp already in place, but I will show you what I did to do that. So let's take my magnets off, and you do need to try and make sure that they don't touch each other, otherwise you will never get them apart. So all I did was slide my card into the Stamparatus and then judge where the stamp needed to be, so I know that this is in the right place. If you worry about getting it in the right place, particularly as it's already, it's not folded already, so I've got to judge the distance between there and there, I would stamp it on my grid paper, but I am fairly confident that this is going to be in the right place. But I do want to add my sentiment. So all I'm going to do, I happen to know that this is actually a straight sentiment. It can't always be said that these sentiments are absolutely straight. So I know that if I add my sentiment to the bottom of this plate, where I want it and straight, it will be perfect. Might be more perfect if I did it the right way up. Happy day. It's been a long week, one way and another. So I'm just going to pop that so that it's even across the base of this stamp. And I will just check, just to be sure, that that is straight. So all I'm going to do is pop it back into the Stamparatus. I'm going to take away my card and I'm going to ink up the bottom of my stamp and my sentiment. And I'm going to pop the stamp case underneath because it's the perfect height for this to be flat. So let's just, doesn't need to be well inked at this stage. All I want to know is that it is straight. And it is. It's not only straight, it's right on the line. Couldn't have got that more straight had I tried. It's just perfect. sometimes these things do just work. Now I am going to turn my paper over because that's quite a wet area of stamping, and I don't want that to transfer onto my card base, particularly as it would be on the inside of my card. So I'm going to pop one of my magnets down, just make sure that everything's still roughly where I want it, which it is. Might go down a little more. And so long as I'm square against this edge, everything will be fine and dandy. And then pop that in place. Pull my sleeves up so I don't get ink on them, because I'm wearing my lovely Stamping Up hoodie. This is the Abigail Rose hoodie, which is available in my online store. So if you've got anyone who doesn't know what to give you for Christmas, it's very warm. It's lovely. I did buy it a little large, and it has actually relaxed a bit, so possibly it didn't need to be quite so large, but it's jolly nice. So this hasn't stamped perfectly perfect, not least of all there's a bit of smit in the middle, so let's get rid of that. So, and this is why the Stamparatus is just perfect. Now I'm going to mostly be inking the image rather than the sentiment. The sentiment is stamped fine. And I found for my first one that I needed to stamp 3 times to get a really solid blue. So let's go back in again. Again, I'm just inking up the image, not the sentiment. And then, I mean, it doesn't have to be perfectly perfect, but practically perfect in every way, like Mary Poppins, would be just ideal. There we are. That is near enough perfect. So let's take the magnets off. Now it's still got to dry, and obviously it's got quite a lot of ink on it because it's got 3 layers of ink. But let's pop that away before I end up with Starry Sky over my lovely Abigail Rose hoodie. The other thing that I must mention, and I must put it in my next newsletter, is that I will be doing gift certificates again this year. So if you want Stamping Up goodies, particularly if you want Stamping Up goodies from the new, as in next, mini catalogue, you could get someone to buy you a gift card, and then you can choose what you want. And I do them so that the face value is with postage already added on, so £50 would actually cost £50, £56.95, so that you have got the postage covered. But yes, I will be popping information about that in my next newsletter, which will be out over the weekend. So there's my card, all stamped. Let's fold it over, grab my bone folder. And that really is so quick. And once you've got it set up, you just do a conveyor belt. So there are the 2 simple versions. Let me bring up my stepped up version. So this is the first stepped up version. So I've introduced Starry Sky card, and I've done 2 additional layers. So this is my usual size first layer, this is my usual size second layer, and this is slightly smaller again. And it's basically the same card with some of the festive pearls just dotted around on the stars, and then I've popped up the Silent Night just so that it's a bit classier. So that's that one, which again, really simple, it's just lots of layering. And then for my next one, I've introduced some glimmer paper, in fact 2 lots of glimmer paper. So this is the ombre in colour glimmer paper, and this is the Starry Sky. This is the red and white glimmer paper, obviously it's the white of the red and white. I've copied the angle of the top of the stamped image on both the glimmer paper and this little bit of silver foil that I've added. And then this, you can see, is shiny because having stamped my background image, I added Versamark and clear embossing powder, so it's beautifully shiny. Then I've added some of the In Colour ribbon, and I've done a double bow. And again, I've got the festive pearls for stars. I didn't add a sentiment to this. I didn't think it needed it. The sentiment can obviously go on the inside. So those are my 3 versions of the one card. So we've got the quick and simple, and as I say, you could do a conveyor belt of these, and then these are the stepped up versions. Do remember that there is another image, this one, which I am going to be doing soon, and I think I might do it in black embossed. Haven't quite decided yet, but I just don't know. I may do Night of Navy and clear embossing over the top, but I want to do something special with that, and I think it needs to be in negative. But 2 really nice images, particularly for Christmas. Christmas is the time for me when people who aren't necessarily regular churchgoers actually start to think about religion a bit more. And I'm not saying that, you know, that's, you have to do that, but for me that's a really nice thing, and to get a religious Christmas card is very acceptable, I think, whether you are a practicing Christian or not. But anyway, so there we are. Those are my cards for today. I hope you like them. Thank you to Inika for the inspiration. And I will see you again on Tuesday morning for Top Tip Tuesday. Other than that, I will hope you have a nice weekend. Enjoy a few mince pies maybe. Start your decorating. I'm going to a concert and then going to see my brother and sister-in-law. So lots going on. So have a fantastic weekend, and I will look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye for now.